Hello, welcome to the 71th floor. I am Elliot.
I'm Konstantinos. Welcome back, our 9th episode. It took us 3 hours for Elliot to do that intro, by the way.
It took 2 minutes actually.
Exposing
It says it
you.
right here. It says 2 minutes.
Well, 6 minutes for the video. 6 video.
What is that?
Have you never seen that Trixie and Katya clip?
No, I don't think
They're
so.
like, 6 video. Anyway, how are you?
I am shamazing.
We've just had some lunch.
So if there's shit in my teeth, don't tell me because I will cry.
Literal shit in your teeth.
No.
We'll
It was
zoom
pesto.
in and hands.
Oh, it's gonna be like Emperor's New Groove when she's got the Yzma's got
Oh,
blood
yeah,
on the
yeah,
other
yeah.
teeth. She's like, what is that? Iconic film. Shout out Rick.
Indeed. Is that your favorite Disney film?
Well, I didn't know it was a Disney film.
What?
I thought it was like DreamWorks or something.
When did you find out?
When you told me.
Now.
No, the last time you told me. So I guess yeah.
Girl.
I guess it is my favorite Disney show, but I didn't know it was
Show?
film. But I didn't know it was a Disney film.
Wow.
So yeah.
Mm.
What's yours?
I have I have two.
I thought it was
not the
straight
gold.
in with the.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Disney film?
I like this conversation. I mean, I'm a big Disney fan.
Would you consider yourself a Disney adult?
Yes. I thought you were going to say Disney gay. But
No, a
both.
Disney adult. So
Yes.
like.
Yes.
So you would go to Disneyland and spend like hundreds on like pins and shit.
If I had the money, yes.
Do you count Star Wars as Disney?
Yeah. Well, now, yeah.
But would you consider Disney higher in your level of love for it now that they own
That's a good
Star
question.
Wars?
Oh, you mean if I like them even more now that
Yeah.
they own Star Wars? Yeah. I mean, I've always loved them. I don't know.
Is your favorite The Little Mermaid?
That's one of them, yes. The Little Mermaid.
Tangled.
No. You'll never guess my other one, which I think is like even higher than Little
Ratatouille.
Mermaid. No. It's a very niche one. It's from the 90s. It's got my favorite... Well, Little Mermaid has my favorite song, but it's... I always watch it in Greek. I only watch it in Greek because the Greek dub is impeccable. And the songs and the voice acting in the Greek dub is amazing. Shamazing, as you say.
Amazing. What happened in 1990?
And we also had it as a ballet performance when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I was a teenager. I was like in like high school. We did it, and it was like one of our biggest productions. So I love it. I love it so much.
Give me a hint.
Every hint I can think of is like gives it away immediately.
Is it humans?
Yes. It's humans. It's about racism. It's about
Pocahontas?
no. Good option though. It's about discrimination against the poor, discrimination against the uglies, the uggos. It's about
Mulan?
no. It's about the hypocrisy of the church.
What? In a Disney film?
Yes.
Oh, the ugly one.
Yeah. The
Hunchback
Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, that's my favorite Disney movie.
Interesting.
Yeah. Amazing songs.
I think I've probably only watched that like once.
It's honest.
a
It's
long
so
time ago.
deep. Like, and you don't realize because obviously a Disney kids movie, but it's so deep and
Wow.
like Frollo, the villain. Like he's so iconic. He's one of like the best Disney villains, and like they would never make a villain like that these days. Like a religious figure that's like obviously evil, the spawn of Satan, and who's being racist and gaslighting everyone. And it is just so iconic. And it obviously they have like an ugly character as the main character.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen ever again.
No,
really, is it?
no. But yeah, it's just like for its time, it's so good, so good.
I want to watch like the old classics, Sorry, I got like shit in my throat again.
Can you stop saying shit? Oh,
shit.
Can you stop saying you've got
Her
shit
dress
in your
is
mouth, shit in your throat?
Keep talking.
Okay. So yeah, we did it in ballet growing up when I was in high school, and I was one of the gypsies. And I was in like, huh?
Can you say that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but that's what they are.
That's what they called.
That's what they were called. Yeah. And it was like the main ensemble cast, like the gypsies. So I was in like pretty much the whole show. But yeah, it was my favorite one that we did. And yeah, I love the songs. And in Greek, it's so iconic, so iconic. Yeah.
Do you this is really off topic. Did you ever watch Dance Moms?
No, I know.
You should.
I've seen memes.
But one of the dances that they did, it was one of my favorite dances that they ever did, was called Gypsies, Tramps and Thieves. It's such a good dance. You should watch it. I'll show it to you after. I'll Google it right now.
Okay.
So I remember to do it because it's such a good.
Jojo.
Have you learned nothing? But yeah, I love Dance Moms. I will forever say it's one of the best TV shows ever made because it's just iconic. And that clip of Abby Lee Miller, which is in the wheelchair, like going back in the. Have you not seen it?
No.
Where the woman comes up to her behind her, and she's like on her phone, and she's like, "You preach theatre etiquette to your kids. Get off your phone." And then she's like, and then she like reverses her thing all the way back to the back of the theatre, and then like goes out, and then like they record her afterwards, and she's literally like outside, like full speed going down the pavement, and they're chasing her with the camera, and she's like going to like Baskin Robbins or something to get ice cream.
No, I haven't seen that. I know the other clip about her mum being dead.
Oh yeah, your mum must be real proud of you, Abby. My mum's dead. Yeah, back to Disney. I want to watch Mulan.
Should we make this like a Disney episode?
Well,
sure.
We'll probably end up talking about it for.
I mean, we'll end up probably like unravel and end up talking about something completely different. But let's start with Disney. Yeah.
So yeah, Mulan.
Wait, you've never seen Mulan?
I have. Just a long time ago.
Right.
Not the live action.
No. We don't talk about that. I haven't seen it. I was going to, but then I saw how shit it was according to everyone, and I was like, no.
I'm just intrigued by that story. And Pocahontas, I don't think I've seen. Or maybe we did when I was young. But
Mulan's a great... I actually also hadn't seen Pocahontas as a kid, and I only saw it like a few years ago.
The problem that we have, or like, I guess the problem that we had growing up is that like you don't have access to everything, so you'd have to go out and buy it.
Yeah.
So if you didn't, like as a kid, obviously if my parents were not going to buy me a video, like what is it? VHS? Is it
DVD? Not the VHS.
Is it VHS?
You're showing your age. VHS is like the cassettes.
Yeah.
Oh. No, my movies were not in cassettes.
I'm
we did have a cassette player when we used to go on holiday. My dad had a camera and he would film the holiday, and he would put those on cassettes.
Yeah.
But our films and everything was on DVDs.
Well, my parents like the car that they had when I was like a kid had a tape player in it.
Yeah, but that's for music.
But it's the same technology.
Sure.
So it's not that old.
Sure.
Anyway, so you would have to buy the video or DVD, and it would be like £10 or something.
My parents would buy me. That's literally what I was asking for.
Okay,
because like my aunts would buy me DVD, because whenever anyone was asked me, oh, what do you want for like I don't know, gift or something, I'd be like, the DVD of like this new Disney movie.
I don't know. I was kind of like one of those kids that just got whatever I was given, and then like there'd be like the trend of the time, so like a Beyblade or like a Bionicle or like Lego or Connects or something. So like you just get stuff like that. I remember the first DVD that we got actually was what's it called?
You remember?
Atlantis.
Oh. How do you remember the very first DVD? I don't remember.
Because it's like it was a big thing. Because my sister got...
We know how much you love Atlantis.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I watched it once, like the other day when I was at home, like off work. It was the day I was waiting for the Switch, actually.
When you were home alone. Right.
Stop this
If you know,
narrative
you know.
right now.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you
I
don't.
watched the one on Disney Plus. Okay, I watched the first and the second one.
Right.
And I watched Treasure Planet as well, but that was a separate day
Mm.
because I just love like the aesthetic of that film. I think it's so cool. But yeah, that was the
Aesthetic,
first.
Right.
And the main character is. But he may be a child.
Oh god.
But you know, like as a kid, you fancied them, so then it's like
Yeah.
it's innocent little.
So you
like,
imagine they
homes.
grew up with you.
Yeah, right. Everyone does
Sure.
that. Also, he's not real.
Who did I have a crush on? Oh, my main
Probably Mike Wazowski or something.
bitch. Bitch. No, my main Disney crush as a kid was Prince Eric from Ariel, and him and Aladdin. But
Aladdin, yes.
Eric wasn't like my main.
Eric's so boring.
But he's hot.
But he's so boring.
He's hot. He's a seaman, and he's got a dog. He's an animal lover.
But isn't he like a colonizer? Or is he a pirate? I don't know.
That's details. We don't.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you don't question
fix
people's
him.
morals.
I could fix him.
You just objectify them.
No.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, he was just hot. Yeah.
Mm.
And if I was Ariel, I would also want a piece of that. Yeah. I would also give up my voice
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I don't need my voice.
You just need your throat.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah. But yeah, him and Aladdin were my main two.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Aladdin either.
Even to this day.
I think so.
What? That was another one of my favorites.
Because I just never had it. Like it's just, and then
You're fucking
as
crazy.
I got older, I don't care too much for Disney. So I'm like, why would I spend my valuable time
Watch it.
watching a Disney film?
So good. Aladdin was actually we also did Aladdin as a ballet performance. We used to do a lot of Disney movies. And it was my first one. My first ballet performance was Aladdin. And I was a few roles. I was a peasant, like poor boy.
Yeah.
I was a rat in the cave,
Right.
in like the Cave of Wonders. I was the papa rat of like all the kiddies who were playing the mice. Then I was a jewel in the cave,
Right.
and it was part of the jewel group. We had a different piece where we were like a necklace, or like a valuable necklace, whatever. So yeah, I had a few pieces in that.
Speaking of ballet, I remember, so you know my lore of ballet and like dance history in general. I like my last dance school that I was at. Every year they would do like their winter show or whatever, and they never asked me to be in it just because like I didn't really go to like the classes that they would have to do. Like I didn't go to the rehearsals and stuff, so I just didn't do it. But they were like, we need a male dancer who's not like 5 years old to be like the king to this girl who's the queen for, I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was like Sleeping Beauty or something like that.
Right, yeah. We also did that.
And obviously like that's a very minor role. Like you literally just come on and you sit down on the stage and then you watch the dancers do the dance and then you go back off. And I think the reason why the girl that got picked for the role of the queen was because she'd injured her ankle, so she just sat there and watched everyone.
Yep.
And that was like her way of being involved still. But then they needed me to be there, so it was me and her. And I remember on like, we must have done like 2 or 3 shows of the same thing. And on like one of the nights, I just remember sitting there and this girl, because they were on point, like doing like proper like nice ballet, and they were doing like I don't know, but is it releve on point? Where you were just like and like doing like arabesques and stuff. And there was this one girl who went up and her ankle just gave way and she fell
during the
flat
performance.
And I just was sat there and like obviously I was just sat watching as the king, and I was just like, don't break character. I was like,
what did she do?
She literally sat on the ground and was like like panicking.
Nobody
and
cared.
I was like, no, because you just carry on. But like she like grabbed onto her hip and she was like and everyone was like, oh my god, just get up, like snap out of it.
Okay.
She carried on, afterwards. She got up and then carried on, but then she was like obviously in a lot of pain
Jesus
afterwards.
Christ.
But I was like, girl, get over it. Like, if you're gonna be a dancer, you can't just fall over and be like, or if you are hurt, you get off the stage.
Thankfully, I've never fallen over or hurt myself during a performance.
I've split my trousers on the when I was on the floor with my legs spread.
Why were you on the floor with your legs spread?
You know, you're like
what
doing
were you
like
doing?
some like floor work, and then you are like.
Oh, not during a performance.
No, it was during a performance.
What
my
performance
split,
was
and
it?
I don't know, just some contemporary shit probably.
Wow.
Did
Did you give everyone a show?
Maybe. I don't really remember, to be honest, because I was like, I don't even think I knew that it happened when it happened, and it wasn't until afterwards, and I was like, well,
Shit.
I've just flashed an audience. One of the worst outfits that I had to wear actually was a cat suit.
Oh, you did Cats?
We did Cats,
Oh.
and thankfully I don't have video footage of it, and I don't know where it is.
I have the DVDs of the video because we used to like have professional video taken of our performances.
Same.
And I have DVDs of like all of them.
I
And
think
I have
we
my
them
favorites.
all except for that one.
I have my favorites here, which was Sleeping Beauty, Hunchback. I think I still have Aladdin, which was my first one. Firebird. And maybe one more.
That sounds really familiar.
Firebird. Yeah.
But I can't think why.
Is
it like an orchestral piece?
It's very I don't know. It's very
'Cause I think I might have played it in orchestra.
It's very similar to like the story-wise. It's very similar to Swan Lake, where it's like a prince goes for hunting and finds these like exotic birds, and one of them is like a cursed princess or like a cursed girl and whatever.
I think we played this in the orchestra.
Yeah, so that was nice. I did the one I don't think I have, which I wish I did, and maybe I do, but it's in Cyprus. So we did Hansel and Gretel, and I was Hansel. Am I saying Hansel?
It's
Whatever.
German.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Hansel.
Hansel.
Which was very fun. I was like 13 maybe in that. And yeah, it was like my first like main character role. Yeah. And yeah, it was super fun. I was the prince. We did Snow White. I was the prince. We did Cinderella. I was the prince. Yeah, as I got older, it was like everything we did, we were like, okay, you're old enough. You'll be the prince now. You'll be, because I was also the only boy.
Yeah.
What else? Just before I started doing ballet, actually, they did Oliver Twist, which was like their biggest production. And I'm jealous that I wasn't there for that because it looked very good. But yeah. Anyway.
I'd just like to apologize. If anyone is watching the video, I literally feel like I'm going through the trenches right now. Like my whole body is just like refusing to like let me live. Anyway, but yeah.
Disney.
So did you have to wear like tights?
Yeah.
Did you not find it really uncomfortable? Well, not uncomfortable, but just like awkward as a teenage boy.
Especially when you're the only boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're in a room full of girls, and you're like, my bits are on display right now.
Yes, literally, my balls are out.
Because,
but I always had fun costumes, like especially as a boy, especially when I was in a group. When I was in a group and it was all girls and it was just me, I would always have a different costume and I would always like stand out, which was nice.
Yeah.
Like in Sleeping Beauty, I was, in the forest, the owl. Have you seen Sleeping Beauty? Oh my god.
The ballet?
No, the Disney movie.
Oh, maybe.
Well, anyway, when she's in the forest and she's singing "Once Upon a Dream," I know you. You know the song. I've walked with you.
I know it from
Lana
Del Rey did a cover or something.
Oh my god. Well, she sings that, and like her animal friends, find the prince's clothes and they dress up the owl as the prince, and she dances with the owl as if he's like the prince, and I was the owl. Why are the
owl's clothes? Why is the prince's clothes?
Well, the prince was riding in the forest and he fell into a river.
Naked?
No, he fell into a river, so he took off his coat and everything, and then the animals stole it.
So what was he wearing?
He was wearing like a shirt and pants,
but
like he just took off his hat and his clothes and his jacket or whatever. and so the animals take the jacket and the hat and they put it on the owl. And I was wearing this very extravagant costume as the owl. Maybe I'll find a picture and show you next time or whatever. But I was wearing a full bodysuit, a full tight bodysuit that was grey.
Yeah.
And then I had this cape / cowl that was fully feathered, and it would go like to my arms, and it was like all the way down.
Oh, because the owl.
Yeah. And I had to constantly be standing like this with both hands like this.
Oh my God.
And I had to be walking like this. And like the whole section, I was like, for anyone listening, how do we describe this? I had to like, I had my...
Well, I guess just like an owl.
Yeah.
Right? Like a bird.
Yeah, like I had to have my arms up the whole time. It was I loved that costume. But like the feathers kept falling off. And yeah, I got to like, on top of that, wear the prince's like jacket and hat.
Oh my God.
And then dance with the girl that was playing Aurora.
Yeah.
But it was very fun. And I was also a magic broom in that.
Oh, nice. No, I got bullied by my dance teacher because she put me in some awful clothes. One of the first tap dances I ever did was to like a Glenn Miller medley. He's like a military... Well, I think he's from like the First World War like era or Second World War. And he did like horn music, like trumpets and whatever. Which like the music is fun, like really like cool. But then because of the context of the music, it was like wartime music. So she made me dress up as a soldier. So I had to go to like a vintage
camp.
Well, yeah. She made me go to like, what do you call them? Like a just like a vintage shop, but they would have like military like memorabilia and stuff like that. So then I had to go and buy like an actual uniform.
Yeah.
With the hat and everything, and like the elastic was stitched to the hat to like keep it on while I was dancing. So that wasn't too bad.
What was it? Not like a cap?
No, it was like like the like what they have at Krispy Kreme. At Krispy Kreme, they have the paper hats.
But
and
was
like,
it crispy? I think I know what you mean. Like a sailor's hat.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But like not a sailor one. It was sort of like a triangle, and you just sort of had it on.
Right.
So that was that. And then I had one that was so bad. It was, a couple that were so bad. One of them was like I think it was like a character piece, they call it. Like when you're portraying a character. It's kind of, you can be any sort of style of dance, but it's just a character piece because it's like more like musical theatre-y. And that one, I had to dress in like shiny white jazz pants.
Okay.
With a skin tight like leotard top.
Okay.
And
love that.
Like silver sequin cummerbund and a white top hat. It was horrific. And I was also like chubby, so it just looked awful. And like I'm pretty sure there's a picture of me from that day where I had to do that performance, and I just look so ashamed of myself and embarrassed. Then the Cats one was pretty bad, but like I was fully in all black. Like I picked the all black cat suit and like gloves, and like it was literally like a full-on fairy outfit. Basically, it was like we had like the leg warmers, the hands and the cuffs, and then like a hood to wear over the top. But because it was like all black, you couldn't really see much of what I was doing anyway. So I was like, great.
I liked dressing like the animal. I liked all the animal roles.
I think it was just a bit like uncomfortable for me as someone who was like not very skinny. Also having to wear a skin tight leotard, like full body suit, I was like, this is not pleasant. And then another one that I still to this day get brought up every time about, like, we talk about any sort of dance, is when I had to do Hans Christian Andersen medley, and they made me wear lederhosens, but like leather lederhosens.
What's that?
You know, like if you saw like a German, you know, like Oktoberfest, you see like the traditional German people wearing like
this
the shorts with like the
straps.
The straps.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even know how you would spell it. Lederhosen. like this.
Oh.
But they were like pleather.
God.
It was bad. It was real bad, man.
Ah!
What have you done?
I zoomed out again. Apologies. Is it moving?
A little bit, but it's fine.
No, it's fine.
Right.
We're good, sorry.
So yeah,
I need
that
to
was
sip.
my experience.
I need to show you, actually, another costume I had.
For what?
It wasn't like a story. It was like it was a story, but it wasn't like a famous one. It was like one we made up. And it was like a kid's birthday party or whatever. And I was...
Not the AI.
Oh yeah. And I was like the clown of the party, but also like kind of like the host of the party.
Yeah.
And I had this very extravagant costume that we had to hide a bunch of tricks inside for me to perform, which was also very stressful because I was like, I don't know if these tricks are going to work. And I have a picture.
God, you look so different.
I know. Girl, where is it?
Deep diving on the Instagram right
yeah,
now.
I'm searching on my Instagram. Oh, look at me as a baby.
No.
With my doggy. Oh, we're in the army phase.
What was that makeup?
Halloween. No, carnival.
So what were we looking for? The clown outfit?
Yeah. It should be just before the army.
Who was that?
Who?
Who are you kissing?
That's Penny.
Oh, girl.
Oh, my drawings. Look at me in the army. That's me.
Oh, wow.
That's in boot camp. Oh, when I shaved my head.
What, for the army?
Yeah. Horrific. Keep talking while I find...
So if you just keep talking, it's stressing me out. Yeah.
This is from my first performance in Aladdin.
Oh,
I have
cute.
this framed in my house. Look at this
Why
eyeliner,
you're
mama.
so small?
I was tiny. I was 8 years old.
Playing who?
7 or 8. Yeah, just a peasant.
I once did a...
Look at the eyeliner.
Oh, wow. I once did a performance of Les Mis.
Oh, wow.
As a kid. And that was quite fun. Because obviously I auditioned for like the major roles and didn't get it. There was only one role, because obviously you have to be like a certain age to play like the older characters. Otherwise, like, what's the point? Like, you just don't look the part. But there was one character, I can't remember who he is, but he's like a young-ish guy, and I auditioned and obviously didn't get it because I was shit.
Yeah.
And then eventually they were just like, well, everyone else who didn't get a part, you're just all the peasants. And I remember there was like one scene where we'd have to like go on the stage and like sort of beg for bread. And they actually gave us real bread, and like we were just sat on the stage like just eating bread.
We had fake bread.
Oh, that's sad. We had real nice fresh bread.
This is one of my last performances actually that I did in Cyprus, where I was partnered with
that picture is so slay. Like the lighting.
This one.
No, the other one.
This one.
Yeah, it's like perfect lighting. Like that's so cool. Like that's
I really
such a
like
vibe.
this one.
Was that on a road? You just like
It was an open theater.
Oh.
So this was like behind the stage, but it was like open. It was out in the wild. Yeah, it's a pretty cool performance actually. Right, where the fuck is this clown?
Mama.
Ah, there we go.
Oh Jesus.
Very extravagant. And you see how I'd look fat is because I had a bunch of things in there. It was a bunch of, you know those when you tie bandanas and they like pull them out of their sleeves. So it was all bunched up in there, and it went all the way to like my sleeve. And at one point I was meant to like pull one out and then keep pulling until everything came out. I had like 2 stuffed animals in my hat, which was very difficult to keep on my head.
Yeah.
And then what else? I had...
Who said, yeah, slay with the ballet?
Who is that? Yes, Slay with the ballet. I think this was a guy I was talking to actually, like years
And
later.
he's married?
What? Who even is this guy? I'm not even following him. Right.
Weird though, because he must have known that he must have known you to be like, oh, it's
Yes.
ballet, because it's not a ballet picture.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, because
Oh wait, no,
it
you
was
did
like-
hashtag ballet boys.
it was like years after, and he like went back and found it and commented.
Oh.
But I don't know who
I
that
hate
fuck
when
that
people
is.
do that. Like, don't be Instagram stalking me. Like, and if you do it, don't comment on my shit, because it makes me so uncomfortable. 'Cause I don't want any record.
That's my ballet teacher's son, the other boy.
Oh.
But he gave up on ballet after a few years. He was just not really into it. He was more into basketball.
Ew.
Yeah.
I can't all be gay.
True. But yeah, and then I had another trick with a deck of cards.
Good luck with your deck of cards.
Yeah. So yeah, it was very stressful actually pulling all these tricks off, but I did it. And I was very
Also,
happy with
if
it.
anyone recognizes that quote, that's a very a very close line to where we got the name of the podcast from.
Okay, we don't have to give it a lot of stuff away. God, actually scrolling down through my Instagram scares me. Like,
Yeah.
741 posts. That is insane.
That is crazy.
I should like delete, but I don't want to delete old
Well, you
posts.
can archive them.
I don't want to. I want people to
don't
know
complain then.
my full self. Do you want to see the very first post? God, just a pizza.
Mine, to be honest, I don't even know what mine was. I used to think that I was like a photographer when I used to.
Same.
Post on Instagram.
Oh, this was me at Hunchback. Oh no, this is Peter Pan. We did Peter Pan. I don't know what I was. I was a pirate, one of the pirates.
Oh, not the main one. What's the
No,
What's the main
not
guy
Captain
called?
Hook.
Captain Hook. Yeah.
And then Alex, my
Who's Jafar? Who is he?
Jafar.
Jafar.
It's from Aladdin, the villain. And Alex was one of the siblings, one of the main siblings.
Oh, wow, my eye.
Oh, I had loads of pictures of my eyes on Instagram.
Have you ever showed you the picture of me meeting?
Yeah. You showed me in the episode we talked about in episode 5.
Whoopsie.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go back to Disney. Who was that?
Who?
Is this you?
Yes.
What the hell? Why
This
has
was
your
my
eye
girlfriend.
shape changed?
This is my girlfriend. We were together. She
Mama.
was one of the ballet girls. She's gorgeous.
Not
She's
not with that pose.
gorgeous.
No, not her. I mean you.
Yeah.
You're not giving straight there.
But we only dated for a few weeks. God.
You look completely different.
Oh, not the shirtless pic.
Wow.
Yeah, I look.
Oh, look at you trying to be sexy with your sunglasses, biting your sunglasses.
What year even was this? 2014. I was 14.
Hashtag chilling.
I was
Hashtag
15.
pool.
Like a random picture of sunglasses.
Why are your eyes a different shape?
What do you mean?
Have you had like surgery?
No, what do you mean? What are these? Like, what is this? Why am I blowing up my
Yeah, why?
cheeks?
Because you were bored.
Yeah, literally. Like, what is this pose?
Those eyes, though.
Oh my god.
It's so weird. You look so
Just a
different.
random picture of my dad.
Aw.
Me as a baby.
11 years ago. Well,
Yeah,
11
this
years
was my
ago now.
first picture on Instagram with my sister.
Aw.
And then these were taken like on the same. And I was like, I'll take a few and post them all.
Oh god, Instagram is.
Yeah.
And you have an
Yeah.
obligate. How do you say it? Obligatory. Wing of the plane post
Oh, well, yeah.
as well.
Well, 2, not 1.
Oh,
2.
hello Paris.
Paris.
Did I say hello Paris?
Patra.
Ah,
It's Greece.
wow.
Anyway, yeah. Back to Disney.
Back to Disney.
What's your favorite Pixar movie? Because that's different.
God.
That's a whole different story. Because like Disney, I'm like, yeah, Little Mermaid, Hunchback. But Pixar,
What do I know?
do you don't know Pixar movies?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Um,
I'll show you all Pixar movies.
Big Hero 6.
That's Disney, mama. I
Monsters
unselect-
Inc.
Yes, that is Pixar.
Turning Red was cute.
That is
Incredibles.
Also Pixar.
Incredibles.
That is also Pixar.
Cars? Is Cars Pixar?
Yes.
Ka-chow! I am... Oh my god. There's a really cool t-shirt on ASOS right now. It's...
How the fuck did you go to that now?
What?
To ASOS?
Well, you'll find out if you let me finish my sentence.
Girl. I asked you one question.
There's a
and you're
really
like,
cool t-shirt on ASOS right now, and it's... I saw a guy on the train wearing it, and I said to Iona that this is your future husband, because it's literally so iconic. It's... He was like stood like all the way at the other end of the train, so like I could barely see him, and all I could see was like on his like chest there was like the number 95, or I think
like,
it was
like Cars.
And it's this one, and I was like, I recognize that number.
Oh,
and
that's
then
cool.
I couldn't read what the text underneath was, and I was like, I recognize like all of this, like it just looks really familiar. And then he turns around and it's just a giant Lightning McQueen on his back. And I was
How
like,
did you find the shirt?
what do you mean?
Did you just go and ask
I just
him?
went on ASOS and typed in Cars.
Wow.
I was like, look how cool that is. Like that's such a
I
cool
wouldn't wear
t-shirt.
that, but yeah.
No, but also it's a very like bold thing to
Yeah,
wear
to
that
wear.
because like who the fuck is walking around with a Lightning McQueen t-shirt? Iconic people, that's who.
So is Cars your favorite Pixar movie?
No. But Cars the game, one of the best games
I don't know.
I ever played.
Game, how old? What
PlayStation
console?
2.
Oh, girl.
Because you get to just play as like the cars, and it's so fun. It's just a racing game, but it's
you
like
want-
in the world of cars.
Do you want a list of all the Pixar movies?
No, because we don't have time for that.
They're not many. You think they're a lot, but they're not. It's like
Well,
Toy Story, A Bug's Life.
I don't really understand. Like, obviously, Toy Story is nice.
Keep Toy Story's name out your damn
It's
mouth.
nice, but I don't think it's like the best. You know,
It was revolutionary for its
it?
time. Yeah. Because for its time, like for CG animation, the first Toy Story was like
I guess.
revolutionary.
I don't know, but like my sister loves it, and she's like got my nephew into it like
Yeah,
a lot.
everybody loves it.
Like he now has, but I think it's just that kind of thing, isn't it? It's like it's just passed down from like generations to be like, oh yeah, it's the most amazing film. But I'm just like, is it?
Yeah, I think the Toy Story praise is justified. So we've got Toy Story, Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, Incredibles, Cars, Ratatouille, WALL-E,
Oh, yeah.
Up, Cars 2, Brave, Monsters University, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Cars 3, Coco, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, and Lightyear.
I like how you had to specify it's all of the sequels to all of the films.
Yeah. And now we've got Elio that just came
Oh,
out.
okay. Is that not Disney Pixar?
They're all Disney Pixar.
Is there no just Pixar films?
No, Pixar is owned by Disney.
So if 2
Disney-
plus 2 is 4,
Disney acquired Pixar.
and 5 plus 5 is 10.
Disney acquired Pixar in 1995, I think, and then the first film they made was Toy Story.
So there was no Pixar films before that.
No.
Right. I'm gonna buy this T-shirt.
Are you actually going to buy it? They don't have triple extra large girl. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Get out. Get out. The door is
kidding.
there. Leave your MacBook. I'll keep that.
Anyway, what is your favorite Pixar movie?
I already said.
No, you didn't.
Roll the clip. I said
Yeah, you don't even remember what you said.
The Incredibles.
Oh, that's
Or-
that's Rick's also favorite.
Yeah, me
Pixar.
and Rick have a lot in common when it
yeah.
comes to...
Maybe you should marry him.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, my watch turned off.
or
Run out of battery.
I would say Wall-E. That's a great film.
Now that is Mama.
Because it's
I was
just so
literally- yesterday-
cute. It's
Ye-
so cute.
Yesterday in ballet class, randomly, I started singing I don't know why. I think maybe she played it for one of the exercises and then it just stuck in my head.
What is the actual lyrics? Could have been something.
World out there. Yeah.
Get 10% off when you...
Well, mine is Up. Up, and then very, very closely followed by Wall-E.
Up.
What?
Up. From Harry Potter.
I hate Harry Potter.
Justified.
I'm out.
No, good for you. You should hate Harry Potter.
Never liked I was never a Harry Potter fan. I only watched them in like university just because I was like, I have to watch them because they were like so popular and so iconic.
I just think like for me, obviously, because I watched them growing up, like I have a lot of like references, I guess, like I do for everything. And
I didn't like them. I liked like one of them or two. The one with Robert Pattinson.
My favorite one was Goblet of Fire. That is a very good one.
But I was just not a fan. And then literally as soon as I watched them, I immediately forgot all of it. And then recently, because Rick is a fan of Harry Potter, during the beginning of our relationship, I think he made me watch them again, or he wanted to rewatch everything together. And I felt the same way. Sorry to this man.
The only thing I will say now is if I was to ever watch it, I would never stream it. I will never, ever give Miss Stank-ass bitch.
Miss Stanky Rowlings.
She's never getting a single penny off
ever.
Of me.
Yeah. So I'm not excited for this.
Bitch.
I'm not excited for the new Harry Potter show.
Well, no, I don't even know why it's a thing, because who cares? First of all.
And second
obviously
of all,
people
you're just
do care.
retelling the same story.
Yeah, people do care, but I think the problem that maybe, I don't know, because all of the actors who were part of the original are like
have been
sort
recast,
of disowning J.K. Rowling, aren't they? Because of like her stand on like trans women and
actually not
Luna.
No. What's Tom Felton? Is that his name?
Oh, yeah, but who the fuck cares about Tom Felton?
I thought we liked him.
He has had no career since.
Yeah, they asked him.
And he's
recently,
going back.
I saw a clip. They asked him recently what he thinks about all the J.K. Rowling. Like,
and what did he
stuff.
say?
And he said, she gave him like this opportunity and like made his career basically, and that he'll always be grateful to her, and that was it. He basically didn't comment on anything.
So he's a pussy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stand up for what you believe in.
Yeah.
And if you're too afraid to stand up for what you believe in, then don't go and do interviews, because what are you doing?
Anyway, this is not a Harry Potter episode. But yeah, Up is my favorite and closely followed by Wall-E. Do you like Up?
I don't think I've seen it. I just don't care. I don't care. I really don't care.
You need to see. I see a trend in my favorite films, especially Disney ones. I like
old men.
I like films that have like an unlikely main character. Like in Hunchback, it's the ugly, deformed guy.
What about Ariel?
She's a mermaid.
Okay.
Well, but anyway, Hunchback is my favorite.
She's a beautiful mermaid who has a beautiful singing voice.
Anyway, in Up, it's an older man. In Wall-E, it's a robot. But yeah, in Up, I don't know. I just like that. Well, first of all, soundtrack, love. And that first oh, you haven't even seen it. It has like the first scene or like...
Oh, when his wife dies.
I mean, it's
dead.
It's very iconic, so I guess you know it. But it's like a
She's
montage. It's like a montage of like their life from like when they're kids to like till she dies, and it's one of the most iconic montages in any movie. It's so emotional. The music. I mean, I'm sure you know the Up music.
Yeah, I learnt it on the piano, or I had a friend who learnt it on piano.
I used to play it on the kalimba. Yeah, and I just like that they show this character in like his I don't know, his 70s, 80s, going on and having this adventure or whatever, because it's like showing that it doesn't matter, like you could have your adventure at like any age, or you could be the main character at any age or whatever. Yeah.
I will say,
I love it so much.
I still, every time I watch Big Hero 6, get so emotional.
Yeah. You know what?
Even from the very start, because you know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's very like, oh my god.
You know, I really liked Big Hero 6 when I saw it the first time. And then in recent years, I was like, I've never actually rewatched Big Hero 6. I was like, I'm going to rewatch it because I remember I really liked it. And when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, it was okay. I was like,
it's so sad.
I was like, yeah, obviously. Yeah. The brother dying and all that and the depression and all that is very sad. But I was like, the movie after that, when they introduce like the other characters and they make Baymax like a superhero and all that, I was like, it's okay. It's okay.
I just think it's so interesting because it obviously shows like the stages of grief and stuff, like of how like you have a lot of anger and he's like trying to like make Baymax into like this unstoppable killing machine. And then Baymax is like, are you sure that you want this kind of thing? And then he's like, yes. And like, it's just so sad.
Yeah,
like, it's just such
I get that.
It's a beautiful story, and it's so sad that Tadashi dies because he's again
very hot.
Very hot.
It's always the hot ones.
It is always the hot ones.
Actually, another one of my favorites from recent years that's actually gone to top 3 for me is Soul. Have you seen Soul?
Mm-hmm. The jazz one.
Yeah.
Or Soul, I guess.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I don't really remember, to be honest.
I loved it. It came out during COVID, so unfortunately it came out straight to Disney Plus, and we watched it Christmas Day that year.
Oh, cute.
Because it came out Christmas Day. And yeah, I loved it. It reminded me a lot. That's another common trope in my favorite films is whenever it's about a character and how much they love their passion, which is why Whiplash is my favorite movie. Yourself, bitch. But yeah, like Soul, about this guy who's like so passionate about jazz and like all he wants to do is jazz, and then he dies, and it's like his soul. I find it's such an interesting concept. Obviously,
does he get like crushed or something?
No, he falls in a sewer pit or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But Soul is actually made by the same guy who made Up, so I'm like, well, that makes sense. And he also made Inside Out, which is very similar to Soul in like terms of whatever.
Inside Out is very good.
Yeah. He also made Monsters Inc. Yeah, Pete Docter. He's a very common Pixar director. He comes back all the time.
I liked Turning Red, actually. Turning Red was good.
Turning Red, Luca as well was very, very good. Yeah, the recent Pixar films were very good, and then Lightyear ruined it.
Didn't see it.
Don't.
I think Pixar doesn't get as much hype as it used to, though.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange.
Oh, because they had Elemental, which I didn't like. It was too boring. It was too... it just lacked that Pixar... Flavor, yeah. And Lightyear was shit. Lightyear was absolute garbage, mama.
We have to support for the lesbians.
Who gives a fuck about the No. We love the lesbians, but... It was garbage. I hated it. We went to watch it in the cinema, and I was like, "Oh my!" Because I was such a big Disney and Pixar fan, and I was so disappointed because you know the premise. It's like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
It's like it's meant to be.
Do I know Buzz Lightyear?
In the first Toy
Pull
Story.
up into Sri Lanka. What?
In the first Toy Story, Andy says that the reason he bought Buzz Lightyear because he's like a character in a movie, and he saw him in a movie, and so Lightyear is meant to be the movie that Andy watched.
Right.
So
it's the origin story of
Buzz Lightyear,
the
character of Buzz Lightyear, which is a very cool concept. And when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I'll go watch that. This sounds very fun. It is literally the most basic story you could ever tell. It's obviously animation is great, like Pixar has great animation, but the story's so basic and so boring and so predictable, and I was like, oh my god, get me out of the cinema. Yeah, hated it. Do not watch this fucking movie. So yeah, Elio has very good reactions now that it came
That's
out. So
good.
I want to go watch that.
What's Coco? Is it Coco Disney?
Yeah, no, that's Pixar.
Oh, is it?
Very good one.
Coco was very good.
Yes, that's another one of my top ones.
That, yeah, makes me
That will make
upset.
you cry. Yeah.
And when that came out, we were obsessed with the soundtrack. You know, the Poco Loco.
Remember me.
Oh, don't.
That's my favorite one. When the grandma starts singing, oh,
mm.
oh,
No, we loved.
Un Poco Loco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Trust.
We literally, like, we are not, like, well, me and Andres are not, like, musical, like, we wouldn't add a musical song to a playlist kind of people. Like, it's just not the vibe. But when that came out, Un Poco Loco was on a playlist for definite. And
Interesting.
Remember Me. But not the, you know, like, they always get someone to do, like, a pop version of, like, the main song.
Yeah.
Not
They
that
do
one.
put it at the end in the credits. Yeah. No,
Like, the Moana one was, like, Alicia Cara or something.
Oh, yeah,
It was,
yeah.
what song was it? How Far I'll Go?
How Far I'll
wasn't it?
Go, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, not very good.
Well, it's
yeah, I don't
not
care
good, but it's like when you have the original song,
Yeah.
why
Well,
would you ruin it by
the
doing a weird
worst-
version of it?
The worst version of that is when they did the live action Aladdin, they had Zayn
Malik.
and someone else do A Whole New World for the credits. And it's disgusting. It makes me want to
Is he still with Gigi
throw up.
Hadid?
I don't know. I don't care.
Ooh.
It is literally
Were you not a directioner?
I was as a teenager, obviously gay faggy boy.
How did you feel about Liam Payne?
I was sad when I found out because it was so sudden. I was like,
Mm.
oh, he was so young.
It's always crazy to me when like
Liam, have you?
no. What?
This is so horrible to be laughing about, but when it happened, there was this clip of this guy playing a video game with his friend called Liam, and it's one of those horror games.
Mm.
And they were like together, and he like turns around and like finds him dead, and he just screams Liam, and everyone was using that audio for
Oh,
like
God.
when finding out Liam Payne died. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, it shouldn't be this funny, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, very, very weird
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
But I find that like is so tragic. Like
it
the
is
way
extremely.
that
Oh my
Hello.
God, the ghosts are back.
that's actually
The doors
the
are
cat.
creaking. Oh,
But like do you know who Sophie is?
Sophie, what?
Sophie. She would just
Wait, what
went by
is not
Sophie.
Zayn? Who the
Oh.
fuck is?
Oh no, you're dragging Zayn and it's not even Zayn.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Zayn. I thought it was Zayn. I'm almost 100%
Mama.
sure it was Zayn. Is this? Can I play it? No. We don't want to get copyright stricken. Anyway.
Yeah, Sophie is mastermind, producer, music maker, one of the most significant like pushed like music forward.
What did you call her? Yes.
Pushed music forward years by herself.
Mm.
She was like very close with Charlie, worked a lot with like people that like were in the PC music like hyperpop world, and she had like one album that came out and it was called Oil of Every Pearl's and Insides, which is a very clever title because when you say it out loud, it sounds like I love every person's insides.
Oh. What was it called?
Oil of every pearl's and insides.
Right. Okay.
So it's very cool. And then she died at like
Oh.
20 something because she was on a roof stargazing and slipped and fell.
Jesus Christ.
And I remember the day that I found out, I literally cried.
Wow.
I was so upset because I was like, there's so much potential just like lost. Sorry, I didn't mean to stroke your knee. I was trying to stroke my
Getting
cat.
weird.
But yeah, it's such a tragic thing to happen. Like, it's so sad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
especially falling off of somewhere is like so tragic.
yeah.
But he also like overdosed with, didn't he? Or I think
Well, there was a whole
well, they released
story
pictures of
it.
his room.
Yeah,
And
but
it
it
was
looked like he would like trash the place.
Yeah,
like he got
it
angry
was
for some
trashed
reason.
and full of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, very tragic.
Enough of the sad stuff.
Yeah, back to Disney.
What were we even talking about before?
Disney.
About
this
the music.
the alleged Zayn Malik.
Yeah, we need to
a
fact
whole
check
new world.
that. Someone
Yeah,
fact check that,
I
'cause-
swear it was Zayn. Let me put this mic down real quick and do my research.
Sawyer, we'll have a Sawyer intermission.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
talk.
Debbie.
You talk. Keep talking.
Sawyer has been very naughty recently. She's been waking up every morning and crying and screaming in our faces, and she's been such a bad girl. And last night she came and
Yeah,
went,
there it is. I guess it's not on Spotify. Zayn and Xavier Ward
never heard of her.
did the end credit version of A Whole New World. Hideous. Horrible.
To be honest, Zayn has never really had a great voice.
Oh, dragon.
Like, I think he got into One Direction because he was a looker. Okay.
He wasn't even the hottest one of them.
What?
You think he was?
Absolutely.
My favorite was... I don't even remember
This is
his
going to
name.
be very telling.
What's... He's literally the only one I don't remember his name.
Louis?
Louis was my favorite. And also I liked... What? I liked Niall as well. But I think the reason Louis was my favorite was because Louis and Harry were like very gay together.
Louis and Harry.
Yes.
Were they?
Yes. There was like a whole section of the fandom that was doing like all these compilation videos from
do that for
interviews.
everyone.
Yeah, but like Louis and Harry were like very close. And
What was their ship name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Huey?
Larry.
Oh, it would be Larry, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Ew, get
So
your
yeah,
poopy
get
butt
your
out.
butthole out of my face. Yeah, so he was my favorite because obviously I was gay and I liked him more than Harry. So.
I didn't like any of them, but the Zayn was the most attractive.
Yeah, I mean, I
one.
don't care for them now, obviously. But yeah, but I was controversial because I was a Directioner and a Swiftie as a teenager, and obviously they had beef.
Did they?
Yeah, because of Harry and Taylor being together.
Oh, I didn't even clock.
Whatever. Anyway,
I'm a number one anti-Swiftie, anti-Gracie Abrams. Gracie Abrams. I'm
over
a
yourself.
certified Gracie
Get
Abrams
over
hater.
yourself. Oh, actually, back to Disney, back to Pixar.
For the fifth time.
Back to Pixar. Oh, did you see Luke? Have you seen Luca?
The Italian one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Elio is also made by the same guy who did Luca.
Because everyone was saying that Luca was queer-coded.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Oh.
Did you not get that from watching it?
Yeah, but at the same time, I was like, they're kids. So
okay,
stop it.
so were you when you found out you were gay? So was I.
Yeah. But I wasn't looking at the kids and being like, you're gay.
I was. Obviously not in like a sexual way, because obviously
No, I know.
it doesn't have to be sexual, but it's like you see them and you're like, yeah, this is a gay. This is a gay.
Gay besties.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, you think they were more than besties?
Yes.
You
Or
think
they
they
were
grew
gonna
up to be
Or they were gonna be
husbands?
when they grow up. Yes, absolutely. It was Luca is the gayest Disney movie they've ever made. And yeah, from the very first moment I saw it, I was like, it like hit me like very strongly. I didn't even have to like see anyone else say anything for me to catch on. I was like, yes, this is literally The Little Mermaid but gay. Which Little Mermaid is already very gay.
I completely forgot about that whole thing, like the whole premise of Luca, but he's like a water like
Creature
fish or something.
Yeah. a sea monster.
Crazy.
But yeah, it's just very extremely gay coded, and of
Mm.
course, Disney had to come out and say, no, it's not. They're not gay because we hate the gays. Whatever. It is. It's extremely. And yes, when I become a film director, I will make the sequel for when they grow up. And
Well, you heard it here first.
No.
You're coming for that guy's job. And they will be having
Okay, so you're pressing things. Anyway. So
Yeah.
it's fully
Have you
lying on
seen
my laptop.
that meme from what's the one where they all have like superpowers in the family and she's the only one that does
Encanto.
it? Encanto. Have you seen that one where like the meme where they're like at the dinner table and someone's like they're like passing their plate of food around
Yeah.
and someone is like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize she was holding a plate of corn." And everyone was like, "You guys need to shut the fuck up about this movie now." Have you not seen it?
No.
Because like it was basically around the time because people were like loving that film.
Yeah.
And like just making like tweets about literally anything to do with the film, and like people were like, "You need to talk about something else," because it was literally like, "What do you mean? She's just sat there with a plate of corn," and they're like, "Oh my god, I never realized she was holding a plate of corn." It's like, okay, get over it. Like, go watch something else now. I still like that still pops up some days. I'm like, that's so funny.
I've never seen that.
So
Interesting.
funny.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
What a song.
Yeah, that was a good film.
Yeah.
Is that Disney?
Yes. Not Pixar.
Not Pixar.
Yeah, I am a Disney person.
Do you know Andres? Every time he sees the Disney logo, it says Disney, because the Y looks like a P.
Yeah,
Very poorly designed.
When I was a kid, like I used to call it Jiznif or
Girl.
retract.
Jiznif.
But like, it looked like that to me as a kid. Of obviously not knowing English or like not being my first language, it was like Jiznif.
It's a good job you didn't grow up in England.
Yeah, because like the way they do the Y.
Excuse me, can you pet my cat?
The way they do the Y is like the Greek F, which is like that. You know.
Yeah.
So I used to read it as either Disnef or
Disney.
These nuts.
These nuts. No, I never had issues, but it's
Boo! Yeah, I never had issues.
I can read.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
So yeah,
Maybe
you're
I
very comfortable.
need to be in my Disney era.
I think you should be. I mean,
Is it
to
really
be fair,
bad?
it's not the best time to be in your Disney era because they're kind of flopping.
I think also Iona's cancelled our Disney Plus subscription.
Oh, she had it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we were paying for Netflix and she was paying for Disney Plus, but then
Oh.
Netflix introduced the one household thing. So then Iona couldn't use our Disney
Well, we
Netflix
still
anymore.
share it with Theo. Me,
Netflix?
Yes, me, Theo, my sister, and my friend Natalie. We all share on Netflix. It's just they do that thing with the household, but like every time if anyone's not in my household, every time they go and watch it, it'll ask them for like a one-time password, and they just send me it. Netflix just sends me an email, and I send them the password, and they just log in. And I'm like, okay.
I mean, I'm in my anti-capitalist era, and I'm very much thinking of cancelling everything and just illegally watching everything because I'm just like, at this point.
Fair enough.
Also, I don't have the money for everything. I'm like,
I mean, Netflix is the most ridiculous one. Like,
Yeah.
We pay like £18 for Netflix or something. I'm like, what the fuck
and it's
am
like
I paying £18
just to not have
for?
ads.
Yes,
Like
and
it's
4K.
crazy.
Like, thank you.
Yeah, but like 4K, I feel like if you're watching it from a distance.
Well, no, I want it to be 4K.
Yeah, but what are you watching on Netflix that you need it to be in 4K?
Literally everything. Especially everything coming out now.
I have not been excited about anything on Netflix for such a long time, so
yeah,
I just don't
we're
care.
we're watching Black Mirror. Oh. So yeah.
What is she doing?
I don't know. She's pressing the escape button.
Oh.
Sorry. Get out. It's fucking up my shit.
Yeah, the only thing I've been watching on Netflix actually at the minute is The Boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Did I tell you about this?
No.
I feel like I spoke about this before. It's like a Japanese gay dating show.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the first gay dating show in Japan.
Oh, wow.
But have you heard of Terrace House?
No.
Have I not spoken about this?
No.
I apologize if I've spoken about this before, but Terrace House is basically like a reality show where it's like...
Maybe you have, but I'm very forgetful.
It's like Big Brother style, but like they can leave and continue with their lives. They all just live in this house together.
Okay.
But like most of the time it's people who are like got like creative jobs, so they're like they can do work from the house. So like they go and do like a modeling job for the day, and then they come home and then they all like eat and whatever. And like most people go on there like to find love. But then this other show is very similar, but they all work in a coffee van, like truck thing. So like each day they'll be like, oh, these people are going to work in the thing, and then they get to know each other by working, because there'll only be like two of them working.
Right.
So then they start like sort of chatting with each other. And then it's also like presented by one of the same guys who presents Terrace House. So it's a really nice show. It's really interesting and it's very cute. But obviously it's in Japanese, so if you want to do something, like you can't just have it on in the background. It's something you kind of have to like pay attention to.
Yeah.
Which I've gotten very good at knitting while watching stuff with subtitles.
There you go.
So
That's
good for me.
Well, you should watch. I saw this Korean anime movie on Netflix.
Yeah.
Lost in Starlight.
Wait, is this not the K-pop one?
No.
A different one.
Yeah, it just came out on Netflix, and we just saw a trailer come up the other day, and the animation looked gorgeous. So I was like, I'll watch it.
I've seen it, yeah.
And I've seen it. It was very good
On Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, it's a romantic film, so it's like a romance.
Ugh,
movie.
gross.
But I liked it. It's like the romance was felt quite natural, and I liked the storyline. And obviously the animation just elevates it like so much. It's very cool.
I just get very like done with straight romances. To be
Yeah.
honest. I just don't find them interesting anymore.
Yeah, just be gay.
It's because you can't like self-insert, you know. Because if you could self-insert, then it's more.
Then you wouldn't need
interesting.
anyone.
Yeah. But like, yeah, because Iona has lent me those books, like the Court of Thorns and Roses or whatever it is. You know, like the fairy smut books.
The fairies.
Is it fairy smut or like elf or something? I don't know. They're basically like the current book for the girlies, because it's like one main girl and there's like 7 books with 7 different men that she's like falling for.
Damn.
And apparently it's written very well for like women to be like the main
flicking their
character kind of,
beans.
yeah, exactly. So she was like, you need to read it because they're so good. And I was like, am I going to enjoy reading this? Because I'm not a woman. And I do think I have like, you know, like there's like the male gaze and the female gaze.
Yeah.
Not the gaze.
Yeah.
The gaze.
Yeah.
I do think that sometimes my brain is more wired towards the female gaze. Obviously, I have the male gaze as well. Like I can see men and be like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like just a visual thing. But like also the way that men act and like the things that men do is more attractive to me on a romantic level.
Obviously.
What do you mean, obviously?
Obviously, as a gay man, you'd be more attracted to.
No, I mean like
the main.
Yes, I mean because the female gaze is more about like auras and vibes, you know. It's not about, because men think that women want like a jacked man and like muscles and like just sex appeal,
right?
Whereas actually the female gaze, I feel like I'm mansplaining it, but it's like more about like how they act and stuff rather than like a physical trait. So like a man could be like not attractive in the male gaze, but in the female gaze, because of like his mannerisms or like the things that he does and like the way that he interacts with women or like something he does is more sexy.
Right.
So it's not like he's physically attractive. It's like the way that he is acting.
Okay.
Like his behavior is sexy.
Okay.
So I think like sometimes my brain works that way, but I
Okay.
don't think I would be able to read a book where the woman is talking about the things that a man is doing to her, because I am not a woman.
Yes.
So if he's like grabbing her by the breast, I'm gonna be like, not these double D's.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not for me. It's like I'm not gonna read 50 Shades of Grey, because what the fuck
No,
am I gonna
no.
get from that?
Fuck that.
Nothing.
No.
But there's nothing. I used to read a lot of gay books, but then I stopped because I can't really read them in public, because then people can see that you're very. It's like, hi, gay. You know, it's like, I'm gay.
From like the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's this. Have I read any gay? I feel like I have read some gay books, but
They're literally there.
there's this one.
Well, maybe we
Out
should
of
save
the
this for
blue.
another episode, because we've got 13 minutes. Well, an hour and 13 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And this was supposed to be a Disney episode.
I mean, I think we talked mostly about Disney.
We went off.
Do you have anything in closing?
Closing thoughts?
Closing
No
thoughts about Disney.
What is my closing thought about Disney? Disney is fine. I would say it's moderately overhyped.
Okay.
But they do make good films. But I don't think they're all amazing.
Yeah, I think I support more the artists and less the
The
corporation.
company.
Yeah, because Disney as a corporation has become very, very like what?
Become?
Oh,
It's always been
well,
questionable.
I mean, as they're acquiring more and more IPs.
Oh, you think they're like a monopoly?
Oh
kinda?
yeah, absolutely. And so they're becoming more conservative and more weird. But I support the artists because they make amazing films.
Yeah.
And I love Star Wars.
Well,
And I want them. I'm grateful that they've kept Star Wars alive because it was gonna die. And George Lucas was like, I'm just gonna sell it to Disney for like shit $1 billion.
Someone at this dinner, the dinner that we spoke about last episode, someone at this dinner said that I think, was it her granddad's or like her father-in-law's friend or something, had the original score handwritten from the Star Wars.
John Williams. From John Williams, who made the score.
I don't know, maybe. But
you can't say you don't know John Williams.
No, but I'm just retelling a story that was told last
Okay,
night while I was
okay.
like drunk.
Yes.
And she said that they had. So he used
Where the
to
fuck
have-
did he get it from?
I don't know, because I think he was like in a band or like an orchestra, so he must have got it somehow from there. Because these people, I don't know, these people last night, well, they must be minted.
Jesus.
She was talking about how they live in a house. We need to end this episode. But she was talking about how they lived in this house, and it's been in that family for ages, and it's now split in two, and they have her side of the family living in one side of the house,
What?
and like another family living in the other side of the house. Like,
That's
but still like
wild.
the family, like all relatives.
Okay.
And she was like, yeah, we used to know a lot of DJs back in the day. Like, they used to go like clubbing and stuff in London all the time. Like, they'd go to like events and stuff in London all the time. And yeah, so it was not surprising to me when they were like, oh yeah, we knew a guy that had the original score, but he lost it.
How?
And it's like, imagine having that now. You could sell it for millions.
Yeah.
Like the original score.
I probably wouldn't
Or a
want.
original
I
score.
probably wouldn't want to sell it, but I probably would if it
Well, if
was.
you were like
if
90,
it was really worth what? If I was 90.
If you were like 90 and dying,
Oh, no.
you would not keep it.
Oh, no, I meant now. Like, if I had it now, I would want to keep it, but if it was actually worth millions, I would sell it.
Well, yeah. Because what if you get burgled? Then it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's...
But then it's also one of those things that,
just
like,
a
if
piece of
someone
paper.
tried to sell something like that, you would know exactly where it's come from. Because, like, it's going to be something that someone has traced very easily.
Yeah.
So maybe it's still out there. Who knows? But yeah, that was an interesting fact.
That's cool.
They were very interesting people, actually.
Cool.
But yeah, anyways, nice.
Right, shall we end it off?
That's on Disney.
Yes.
And you're watching Disney Channel.
Ding, 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 ding. No, that's not even the Disney.
No, that's Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Did.
I was a Nickelodeon
What's
kid.
Disney Channel? I
Um,
don't think they had one.
I know it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, I can't remember
That sounds like a news channel.
No. It was like a. Anyway, let's end it off. Let's end it. All right. Thanks for watching.
Yes, thanks.
Listening. Give us a review. You
Like,
know
comment,
better.
subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment,
Follow.
subscribe, follow.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Instagram,
YouTube,
TikTok,
Instagram,
YouTube.
TikTok, all of the good things.
Period. Yeah, and we'll see you next week with Elliot's special birthday episode.
Is that next week?
Yeah.
We're not doing another one.
Now.
No.
No.
They don't need to know. Anyway.
Anyway, we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
Right.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.